Welcome once again to Free Law and Politics with Sheikh Bile Esquire. I would first like to express my appreciation to all of you. I've seen a lot of feedback and I know we are making impact. So thank you. Kindly keep sharing, comment, follow, subscribe, and share. Let's talk some law. A few people have asked me various times how to survive legally in Nigeria. And it's a very germane and pertinent question. Many people at various times have innocently put themselves into trouble with a few laws that they have broken without knowing it. How do you avoid getting yourself into trouble? How do you avoid having to spend your hard-earned scarce resources on police cases and criminal matters and whatever? So we'll take that first. We'll probably serialize it, but let me take a few topics today. I will suggest to a layman or somebody that is asking that kind of question to start from the fundamental rights as enshrined in Chapter 4 of the Constitution. If you are familiar with the Constitution of Nigeria as a whole, and more in particular, the fundamental rights that you have under Chapter 4, these things are in your phones, you could just open them and read them at your leisure time. But I have come to discover most people don't read. Try to read, spare 2 minutes, 5 minutes. So let me just treat a few of them today, then we'll go to the next edition and treat even more. Maybe the most important fundamental right is the right to life. Nobody has a right to kill you. Let me also mention the fact that there are a few exceptions, maybe if you commit murder or something and you are sentenced to death, we'll discover and discuss those exceptions later. But let us take the basic rights. The right to life, nobody has a right to kill you. You have a right to live. In other words, in Nigeria, you don't have a right to commit an abortion. So, if you commit an abortion, you could get into trouble. If you kill or somebody's death occurs through you, you could get into trouble. Another one is the freedom of association. You have a right to associate with anybody you like. Nobody has a right to say, so person should not be free to go to so place to talk to so person. It's not allowed in law. You have a right to associate. The right to association also now includes the right not to associate. There have been various judicial decisions on that. In other words, you can decide to be my friend or you decide not to be my friend. So keep that in mind. In case somebody is trying to force you to associate or dissociate, the person is infringing on your rights. Let's look also to the dignity of the human person. Generally speaking, you are entitled to be treated with dignity. Nobody has a right to dehumanize or enslave you. Maybe somebody sees you and suddenly tries to maybe grabs your shirt or disgraces you in public. The person has infringed on your right and you could take the person to court, or you could caution the person before he does it. Even if you are a suspect of a crime, the police have a duty to treat you with dignity, especially considering the fact that under the Nigerian law, a person is innocent until proven and determined guilty. So, wherever you go, you are a dignified person. Even if your clothes are not nice, you should be treated with dignity. Then you have rights to own immovable property anywhere in Nigeria. We would confine ourselves to the ones we have discussed. You have a right to own immovable property anywhere in Nigeria. So, if you go to some places and you hear that they don't sell land to people here, then or somebody sells land to you and maybe the elders of the community come and say they have no right to, they are infringing on your rights. You have a right to take them up. So next edition we'll go into some other rights, but maybe for the sake of time, let us confine ourselves to these ones for now. Think about them, read more about them, and imbibe them in your day to day conduct. You will live a more qualitative life. You'll be able to enforce your rights regardless of where you go. So until we meet next edition, thank you very much for coming by. Don't forget to kindly like, share, subscribe, follow. We'll see you again. God bless you.